What is going on, guys? Bretto Live back with another video, and welcome to the Week in Review episode 219. Yes, I apologize for no Week in Review last week. I was coming home from vacation. I didn't have any time to film the Week in Review, but here we are. We're back. Let's freaking go. Monday Night Raw, which had a pretty freaking solid card to it, solid storytelling in this show. I'm going to walk you guys through the entire show, talk about what happened, tell you what I thought about it. Before we even get into this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's jump into Monday Night Raw. We opened up the show with the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. He comes out, starts talking about how, yeah, he retained his World Championship. What's next? Dun dun. Wrestling has more than one royal family. Here comes Cody Rhodes. And I'm like, what? Cody Rhodes is the next challenger for the world title? I thought they'd still have him in that rivalry with Brock Lesnar. And before he can even get a word out, boom, Brock Lesnar's theme music hits. Cody Rhodes' attention is directed towards the Beast and not Seth Rollins, which I was a little disappointed about. I'm like, oh, I wanted to see Seth versus Cody. But we got to wait a little bit longer. That's definitely going to happen because Seth was pissed, man. You could see, because he remembers the Hell in a Cell match, all those matches they had in a row at WrestleMania, how he beat him. So Seth wanted that fight. And then here comes Brock. Cody runs after Brock, starts fighting Brock, hits the Cody Cutter, and gets the best of Brock Lesnar? What? Cody Rhodes took out Lesnar. That was awesome. I really enjoyed this opener. Definitely got my attention, setting up for our match, which I would assume is going to be at SummerSlam, because Brock Lesnar always fights at SummerSlam. So it'll probably be a big match between these two at SummerSlam, and I am looking forward to it heavily. Let's go. Right after Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes were finished up fighting, Seth Rollins was in the ring, and then he couldn't get another word out. He gets interrupted by the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day come down, and Dominic wants a match. Dominic wants a match against Seth Rollins in the main event of the show. And then Seth's like, this sounds like a trap, because Damian Priest is Mr. Money in the Bank, but I don't care. Seth Rollins said, I'll take on the challenge anyway. Me and you, Dom, main event. I will talk about it later. It was crazy. And then we jumped into our opening match, which was Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match wasn't too bad. You had Rhea, Ripley, and Dominic on ringside. Like I said, match had decent length. In the end, Damian Priest was able to hit the South of Heaven on Shinsuke Nakamura and pick up the victory. I feel like Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't won a match in ages here on the main roster. But yeah, Priest was able to take the dub, make himself look better as Mr. Money in the Bank. Ronda Rousey wanted an explanation. She's like, Shayna, get out here. I need an explanation for the attack at Money in the Bank. You cost us our tag titles. You screwed me over. You hit me from behind. What is the issue? Shayna comes out, and Shayna's just like, you were handed everything. We came from the same place, and you made it right to WrestleMania. I had to work up. I had to go to NXT. I had to do this. I had to do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, Shayna's spitting facts right now. And the crowd was getting behind Shayna, which I loved, man. And Shayna's the one that turned on Ronda. You said that you'd think Shayna would be the heel here, but no, Ronda, I think, is still the heel, man. Shayna was able to hit a wicked knee right to the side of the head, and then she left her former friend in the ring to rot by herself. But yeah, I'm interested to see if this is most likely going to be a match at SummerSlam, and I can get with it, man. Like two former MMA guys going at it. This could be really freaking fire. I'm enjoying the storyline. The crowd was getting behind it. I was into it. Let's go. The big tag team gauntlet match to determine the next challengers for the women's tag team championships. It was Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, Kaden Carter, and Cantana Chance. You had Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell in there, Nikki Cross and Emma, Dana Brooke and Tegan Knox. There were just some weird-ass tag teams in this gauntlet match that I feel like they just threw together. And I had Kaden Carter and Katana Chance winning this one, but they didn't. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green were able to take the dub, man. Little cheap shot from Sonya. Chelsea Green hits the unpretty her and picks up the victory. We got our next challenger for the women's tag team championships. I couldn't believe it, man. I'm surprised they didn't give it to them NXT upstarts. This ought to be a good match, but I guarantee Raquel and Liv retain. Trish Stratus came out with a broken freaking face. She interrupted Becky Lynch and basically just said, really? You want to destroy the moneymaker of this face? She had like a Cody Rhodes mask going on. She was with Zoe Stark. It looked like they were about to attack Becky Lynch, but then they backed off because obviously Trish Stratus' face is destroyed. But yeah, this is going to be our match at SummerSlam. Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus. They might put a stipulation on it. I don't know yet because it has gotten this far to where Becky Lynch destroyed the face of Trish in Money in the Bank, so they might do a stipulation. But as far as the promo goes, it was pretty decent. Ricochet demanded a one-on-one face-to-face confrontation with Logan Paul next week. He did this backstage in an interview. He wants Logan Paul, man. He wants Logan Paul one-on-one most likely, and that's going to be a heck of a match, man, because literally these two men are highlight reels when they're together. So yeah, this is going to be great. And I guess they fought after Money in the Bank, after the Money in the Bank match, because of the botch that happened. I guess they were mad at each other, so they freaking brawled after the match. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, so these two have beef with each other, and they're going to be going one-on-one sometime in the future, and I'm looking forward to it, man. By the way, brand new Logan Paul figure. The review is on the channel. Check it out. It's a great figure. We go all in depth. We do an unboxing on him. Check that out. The absolute best match on the card, thank you, was the Alpha Academy. Chad Gable, Otis, and Maxine Dupree going up against Eric, Ivar of the Viking Idiots, and Valhalla. This was an awesome mixed-gender six-man tag team match. I loved it. Maxine, she used all the trainings, the teachings of Master Gable, man. She used them all. She ended up getting the pinfall victory over Valhalla to take the dub for Alpha Academy, while Chad Gable and Otis were taking care of business on the outside of the ring. This match had no reason to be this good, bro. This was such a good match. The Alpha Academy is so over. I've always liked the Alpha Academy, but now I like the Alpha Academy even more with Maxine Dupree. This is amazing, man. I'm interested to see where it's going to go. Maybe they fight for the tag titles, man. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, this was great. Even though it feels like the Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders have been fighting for weeks on end, but this felt different. This felt fresh. I enjoyed it. Rhea Ripley went one-on-one with Natalya, and I could care less. This was for the Women's Championship. Natalya thought it'd be nice for her to get a cheap shot in before the match on Rhea, but it still didn't work out for her. Natalya still couldn't pick up the victory. Natalya still lost to Rhea Ripley. Natalya always talks about all these records that she has, these Guinness Book World Records, but it's like, where are your title victories? Where are your title reigns? What championships have you won? Like, literally, she has no accolades in the wrestling business, but she has all this Guinness World Record crap. Name one Guinness World Record in the comments if anybody knows one that Natalya holds. Anyways, Rhea takes the dub. She starts going in for another attack, and then here comes Raquel and Liv. Raquel and Liv run down to help out Natalya, and then Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez have a little face-to-face confrontation. I'm into that because both women are similar in stature. I could see that being an amazing match in the future. But as far as this one-on-one, I mean, it was decent in length, but it was just, I couldn't get behind it because I don't like Natalya. Matt Riddle went one-on-one with Giovanni Vinci. Giovanni Vinci, of course, looking to get a little redemption here on Riddle, but it didn't work out. Riddle was still able to pick up the victory. He was able to pin Giovanni Vinci real quick. Giovanni Vinci said it'll never happen again. I think it will. After the match, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci started beating down Riddle. And here comes the Scottish Warrior. Drew McIntyre runs down to even up the odds, and then he has a little face-to-face confrontation with Gunther. And I cannot wait for their match at SummerSlam, man. I mean, having Sheamus in there for the triple threat at WrestleMania was fire, but I feel like one-on-one between Drew and Gunther, I think it's going to be better at SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to it. And then our main event of the show, it was Dominic Mysterio going one-on-one with Seth Rollins, and obviously this was a trap by the Judgment Day. We had Rhea and freaking Priest on ringside. Obviously they're going to try to freaking make it a disqualification, which they did, to make it a 3-on-1 on Seth, and then Damian's just going to cash in and steal that title. But, it looked like Priest was going to cash in. He slammed Seth into the announce desk. They beat him to a pulp, to a freaking orange juice pulp. They beat Seth Rollins down, and then here comes Finn Balor looking to get a little beat down, but he I think inadvertently, knocked Damian Priest out of the ring, and then Priest is like, I was about to cash in. I would have been world champion right now. And Finn said the same thing. I would have been world champion if it wasn't for you getting involved in my match. So Finn evening up the odds between him and Priest. So there's some beef within the Judgment Day, and I could see them eventually falling. Seth Rollins was able to escape with the world title, which I thought was really funny. I thought that was awesome. It would have been 4-on-1 if they had their hands on Seth. But yeah, dangerous for Seth Rollins. I mean, when it's a person coming in for his cash in, it's not going to be one person. It's going to be most likely 4 people. Dom, Rhea, Priest, and Balor. Literally all of Judgment Day. Solid way to end the show. Let us know that Seth Rollins' title is in jeopardy. But yes, guys, that was the Raw side of things. Raw this week, I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty decent, entertaining entertainable show, no doubt about it. And we are going to jump into SmackDown. SmackDown live from Madison Square Garden in New York City. What a show, man. There was so much that happened on this show. Good bloodline storytelling. Some quick matches due to time consumption, but we are going to jump into the show anyway, so let's do it. We opened up the show with the Usos. They were holding a tribal court. Roman Reigns was on trial, but by whom? The Usos. But Roman Reigns is the only one that could do these tribal courts. If Roman Reigns isn't conducting it, then there is no law in the court. Anyways, Roman Reigns still comes out. He comes out with his boy Solo Sikoa debuting here in the WWE Week in Review setup. And then he also came out with the wise man Paul Heyman. And they just started berating the Usos. And Roman Reigns started doing his manipulating. Roman Reigns started manipulating Jey. And you could see even Jimmy coming along like, crap, now I feel bad for Roman. Because Roman was trying to relinquish his tribal chief position. He was trying to give his title away to Jey Uso. He was trying to give his pepper necklace to Jey Uso, which signifies that he's the tribal chief. But it was all the way to lure in Jey Uso to give him a low blow, just like he did at Money in the Bank. And right after that low blow, it was all downhill from there for the Usos. They were sent to the outside. The absolute beat the hell out of Jey Uso. I think the back of Jey Uso's head caught the steel steps, which I was like, oh man. But Jimmy Uso definitely got the worst of it. Got sent through the announce desk by a flying Solo Sikoa right there. I was like, my God, man. Solo Sikoa literally just destroyed Jimmy. Jimmy did have to be carted out on a stretcher and taken to a local medical facility, and Jey Uso actually went with him. Jey Uso went with him to watch over Jimmy, and Roman just did his classic thing, is manipulating his just, I don't know, mind washing, just the brainwashing of this man, Roman Reigns. Who trained this man to brainwash? He's great at it, because he did it again. He took out the Usos in the beginning of the show. I loved it. Anything surrounding the Bloodline storyline, I literally always love. And now that I have this Solo Sikoa action figure, man, these setups are going to be even better. Look at this. He's freaking diving on Jimmy. Our opening match was Sheamus going one-on-one with Austin Theory for the United States Championship. This is a match I feel like we've seen already for the United States Championship, and it ended very freaking similar. Here come Pretty Deadly trying to show their allegiance to Austin Theory, and I don't know why. It's so weird. It's like, why? Why do you want to show your allegiance to Austin Theory? Go win matches. Go get the tag team championships. Get in line again. Like, why are you like trying to help out Theory? Anyways, they come out. Sheamus directs his attention too much towards Pretty Deadly, and then Austin Theory is able to roll up Sheamus to pick up the victory. And I'm like, really? Even the Brawling Brutes came out to try to even up the odds, but it wasn't enough. Sheamus had a decision whether to broad kick Elton Prince or freaking Austin Theory, and he chose Elton Prince off the apron, or one of the Pretty Deadly members. I forgot which one, but he hit the brogue. I was like, what the heck, dude? Why wouldn't you hit it on Theory? So Sheamus lost the match, of course. An episode of the Grayson Waller effect. I don't have a Grayson Waller, so I decided just to throw the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Edge up there. It looks just freaking insane. But anyways, it was an episode of the Grayson Waller effect. Special guest, the Radar Superstar Hall of Famer Edge. Edge coming out, hyping up MSG, talking some game with Grayson Waller. Of course, Grayson Waller tries to do his shtick, you know, his Miz thing, just tries to berating Edge, saying, Edge, you're retiring, tell them. And Edge is like, I'm not retiring, I have a match tonight against you in the freaking main event. So Edge just busts the news to Grayson Waller that he's going to be fighting him in the main event, technically, of the show, and they did. I will talk about that match in a bit here. As far as the Grayson Waller effect, though, Grayson Waller's somewhat growing on me. AJ Styles went one-on-one with Karrion Kross to hopefully finally squash the beef between these two. This storyline's been nothing crazy. You did have Michin on ringside helping out AJ Styles. She did take out Scarlett, so then Scarlett couldn't get involved, and then AJ Styles was able to hit the phenomenal form on Karrion Kross. Really quick fashion. This match was like under 5 minutes, and then AJ Styles picked up the victory over Karrion Kross. It was really quick. They definitely cut some time here because the Bloodline stuff ran a little bit long, but that's totally fine. Styles taking a dub, that is cool with me, and that Elite Series 104 figure from Ringside Collectibles looks fantastic. Wow. Asuka, the World Women's Champion, came out, and I was like, what is she going to say? So she started saying, nobody's ready for Asuka, and then here comes Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, no words were even exchanged. She just runs in the ring, starts beating down Asuka, and then here comes Charlotte. Charlotte here, she comes in, now it's a three-way. They're beating up each other here. This is definitely going to lead to a triple threat match, hopefully at SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to it if that does happen. And then Io Sky saw her opportunity. Io Sky comes in with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and it looks like she's going to cash in on Asuka, but then the brawl just got way too far, and just it didn't allow Io Sky to cash in Money in the Bank. Even Bayley was trying to help out Io Sky, but it wouldn't work. This brawl got way too out of hand, and she just couldn't cash in the briefcase. Everybody ended up being laid out, but it was an awesome brawl, and I cannot wait to see this triple threat. This is actually going to be fantastic. Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca. Can't wait. Edge went one-on-one with Grayson Waller in the main match of the show. It's a pretty good match, dude. I gotta hand it to Grayson Waller. He definitely impressed me. I wasn't the biggest fan of him, as you guys know, but I definitely gained some respect for him in this match. He had some pretty awesome moves on Edge. Edge definitely did amazing as well. And yeah, this was a solid match in the main event in the end. Grayson Waller went for, yeah, I know that's Roddy Piper, but anyways, he was wearing something similar to that. So Grayson Waller went for like this mid-air stunner that he does, like a head start run from the ramp, and then Edge was able to turn around into a spear, and then Edge picked up the victory and then said, "You're swimming, man," meaning like, yeah, you're doing pretty good. You're not sinking, you're swimming. So that's pretty cool. Grayson Waller did a good job. This was a solid match. I enjoyed it. And then our main promo of the show was Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman coming back out to the ring because they heard that Jey Uso came back to the arena. He left the hospital, left Jimmy Uso, and he came back to the arena, and Jey Uso made a beeline for the ring. He jumped the barricade, took out Solo Sikoa, grabbed a chair, and started going ham on Roman, ham on Solo. Roman retreated. Solo got the brunt of the steel chair, no doubt about it. Roman left his title in the ring. Jey Uso grabs the title, and he just doesn't care anymore. He does not care anymore. There's no way Roman's going to manipulate him anymore. Jey is just done. You could just tell just by the way he was handling himself here. He was done. He's like, nope, there's no way, Roman, you could talk yourself out of this anymore. It's over. It's over. And Jey Uso challenged Roman Reigns to undisputed WWE Championship match in the future. Most likely at SummerSlam. Okay, we could call it the elephant in the room. This is going to be at SummerSlam, no doubt about it. Jay's like, you better accept. Roman's definitely going to accept, and this is going to be a banger match. But Jey most likely is going to lose, which is really freaking sad. But this storyline has been absolutely insane. The long-term storyline of this story, just insane, just amazing, literally. And yeah, great job by Jey. Holy cow. And both Usos. But it looks like they tried to take out Jimmy out of the storyline to just make it Jey and Roman by having Jimmy carted out on into an ambulance. So they're just trying to focus on Jey. But yes, guys, that was Smacked in the Setup Style. SmackDown this week, I'm going to give a solid 3 out of 5. I thought it was a banger show. A lot of action, a lot of good storytelling. And to have that Solo Sikoa finally in the week in reviews is awesome, dude. I absolutely love it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the week in review setup. You guys let me know what you guys thought about the shows down in the comments down below, and I will see y'all next time. Bretto Live is out.